Millions of people across the country, for the first time in a long time, are ahead of the media, and they are on to the media, and they don't trust the people delivering the news anymore or the giant corporations funding what they are allowed to broadcast. And if you think I'm kidding, think about COVID-19 and think about what happened to anyone that disagreed with the corporate-sponsored groupthink propagated for years by the largest media organizations in this country. Last night, comedian Whitney Cummings roasted CNN while she was on CNN, and she was shocked that CNN didn't cut off her microphone.
2024 election fried our brains. The Democrats couldn't hold a primary because they were too busy holding a body upright. Are we still rolling? Am I off?
Go for it.
It was amazing that the pro-choice party didn't give their voters one when it came to the presidential candidate. Kamala was forced on us so hard you'd think she was patented by Pfizer or Moderna, whichever one's, oh God. Andy just gave me a very scary look.
No!
Let me be clear, though. 2024 was not only negative. The media wants us to believe this country is so divided.
The spell's finally been broken. But for decades, most of us thought that the news that we were all getting was just that, the news. It turns out it wasn't. And now millions of people are questioning everything they hear from the legacy media on a daily basis. And that will largely be the lasting legacy of 2024, a year that will be remembered as a turning point in the way that people consume information. The end of the old ways, the end of the legacy media. 2024, in many ways, will be remembered as the year where the truth made a comeback. But I can recall a time in the not-so-distant past when if someone said casually in conversation that they heard on CNN or they heard on NBC, I wouldn't think twice about it. What did you hear on CNN? I would wonder. But now, and this has nothing to do with me working here, but now, as soon as someone says, I heard on CNN or on MSNBC, it is a closed ear moment for me. I'll listen, I'll be polite, but I don't trust what they're saying. Even the mundane, even stories that don't matter, I just don't trust it because I know how the sausage is made. And now, so do most of you. You are no longer seduced by the big media. And for an accounting of this, we need to only play one soundbite from the past year. From the co-host of Morning Joe on MSNBC on March 6, just 3 months before Joe Biden debated Donald Trump, Joe Scarborough said this.
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it.
Look, Joe Scarborough might get back some of his audience as Donald Trump takes over in Washington, but he will never get back whatever he had before he said that. Joe Scarborough is a former Republican congressman from Matt Gaetz's district who left Congress under really mysterious circumstances. He voted for Bill Clinton's impeachment. Bill Clinton, a Democrat, and now he's working at one of the most extreme left-wing propaganda networks on the planet. Put another way, he is, and always has been, just a phony. And many people who once turned to him every morning are now turning away. People know when they're being lied to. And every day, every second, more and more people are waking up like Robert De Niro did in that movie, Awakenings.
Quiet. It's late. Everyone's asleep. I love sleep. You're awake.
All of us right there. People understand fundamentally now more than ever before that the news is not really the news. Maybe it never was. Take ABC's George Stephanopoulos. My goodness, overrated doesn't begin to describe this man. After years of slandering Donald Trump, he finally got what was coming to him. The president-elect sued him and the entire network for $16 million, and Donald Trump won. In Greek mythology, Icarus was warned by his father not to fly too close to the sun because his wax wings would melt. But Icarus ignored that warning. He flew too high for too long and too close to the sun, and eventually his wings, they melted off and he fell to his death. The media, people like Joe Scarborough, George Stephanopoulos, they're Icarus. They have ignored the warnings for far too long. They have lied to their viewers for far too long about too many issues: Russiagate, COVID-19, January 6th, the border, Joe Biden's health, Kamala Harris. They have lied for so long that they no longer know how to tell the truth. And on November the 5th, they all got burned. They aren't even fake news anymore. They are yesterday's fake news. Icarus syndrome doomed them all. They thought they were invincible. They thought they could say and do whatever they wanted with impunity, and then came Donald Trump. And the American people slowly, like Robert De Niro in Awakenings, over time, we all woke up.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.